Everybody, and welcome back to Being the Odds. It is Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023, and we are back with our MLB best bets of the day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach, and welcome to Being the Odds. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, hit notification bell so you never miss a pick. We post these MLB videos every single day, along with the NBA and NHL. Both those videos are live right now, so definitely check those out. We swept the board in NBA and NHL, so definitely check those videos out. We're going after our first 7,500 subscribers, so I'm really excited to have y'all here. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. So to recap yesterday's results, we had a 2-2 day overall, so a little bit of a bounce back. We had a for fun bet that I barely put anything on that I posted on Twitter, but I'm not really talking about that one. But we had the Cubs money line winner, easy winner. We had the over 8.5 or 9, depending on what you got. And the Reds and Padres didn't matter. We won both of those. We had the Blue Jays losing a walk-off, and then we had the Braves. We had the Braves minus 1.5 on the run line. For those guys who did not watch this game, it was during the day, so I understand if you didn't watch it. Here's the deal. The Braves were up 6-1 at the end of the second inning. They blew that lead, got down to 6-5. Then they extend the lead to 9-5, I think in the 6th inning, 6th or 7th inning. And then they blow that down to 9-7. Now you have 9th inning. All we need is to close it out. 1 out, got it. 2nd out, got it. 1-2 count to a bench player on the Mets with 2 outs, 1-2 count. So we got 1 strike left. He hits a home run. Absolutely rigged job. Listen, there are a few times where I'm like, listen, there's very few times I think it's actually rigged. But that one was one of the worst losses of my career. Like, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. The Braves pitching staff should be ashamed of themselves. That was embarrassing. I literally cannot stand this team. They frustrate the shit out of me. But you know what? Braves minus 1.5. It took a loss, but guess what? Sometimes you're going to lose games. But here's the deal. We have 5 picks today going in the MLB. And if we make you guys money in the MLB, become a member at zdmbets.com/picks. That website is linked in the comments below. As a member, you support me and you support the channel. More importantly, you get our picks earlier in the day, so you're able to take advantage of early lines and early odds, which will help you so much in profitability. Also, you have a direct line to me. So we have a hotline number that texts all the picks. When you text that number back with any game you're considering betting, you'll get a guaranteed response from me before game time. That way we can and make sure you give me a little bit of time to actually look at the game and stuff. But you get a guaranteed response to any game you're considering betting that we don't cover. And we have some other perks as well, and some perks in the pipeline that are coming here very, very shortly. Website's linked below. Definitely check it out. So we have 5 picks today in the MLB. Let's get started with our best bet today, which would be the Twins minus 1.5 plus 1. You can get at plus 100 odds versus the White Sox. The White Sox are an absolute and utter mess right now. Roberts, if you guys didn't see that, the viral clip that went viral, it was like their leadoff hitter Roberts didn't run out to first base, and if he ran it out, he would have made like an infield single very, very easily, and they pulled him, and he stayed pulled. Looks like he's going to be staying pulled for a while. They had a miraculous win against the Rays, but that's more so on the Rays being terrible in their bullpen than really the White Sox being any good. Today, though, the pitching matchup leans heavily in the Twins' direction. They have Ryan starting on the mound. He's 5-0, 2.81 ERA versus Kopech, who's 0-3 and a 7.81 ERA. He's been terrible. Chicago's also been absolutely atrocious at home. They've been absolutely horrible. At home, they're like a 4-9 record. The Twins have a winning record on the road. They're 7-6. I love the Twins here today by 2 or more. They're better at every single play. They're better at every single position, every single metric, and they're not having drama within their clubhouse. I like the Twins here over winning by at least 2. Next, we have the Diamondbacks money line versus the Rangers. You get this at minus 135, minus 140, depending on what you're looking at. Diamondbacks got killed last time out against the Rockies. I see them bouncing back today. Plus, Gallen is on the mound for the Diamondbacks, and he's been absolutely incredible this year. 4-1. The Diamondbacks win this one. The type one, the sharp money, is all over the Diamondbacks. I like them here versus the Rangers. Give me the Diamondbacks minus 135 versus the Rangers here. Next, we have the Angels money line versus the Cardinals. You get this at plus 110. The pitching matchup here heavily favors the Angels here today. Sandoval's a 2.61 ERA. Matz has been terrible. Matz is the pitcher for the Cardinals. He is 0-3, 6.23 ERA. And the Angels bullpen, other than a few games, I thought their bullpen sucked. I looked it up. They have a top 6 bullpen when it comes to ERA, which is a big deal, especially when you're trying to get games down the stretch. Angels have the advantage almost every single metric on the offensive side. Home runs, slugging. They're even in OPB. They're higher in runs. The Angels are also playing against a struggling pitcher. I see a beat down here. And the Cardinals are not good at home. They're 5-8 at home. I see the Angels winning this game outright. You get this a plus 110. I like the Angels here money line. Next, we have the Marlins money line minus 126 versus the Braves. The sharp money is all over the Marlins, and if you look at like actual stats, the Braves are slightly better in almost every single category. However, the Braves are coming off a doubleheader yesterday. They're traveling to Miami. Miami has a day off, and they get to stay at home. I just think the Braves are just going to be an emotional letdown spot. Plus, Acuna is on the IL with I was on the DL, with a shoulder injury. We'll see how long he's on there for, but he won't be playing today, that's for sure, which is a big loss for the Braves. I like the Marlins money line here versus the Braves. Again, the sharp money's all over the Marlins here. The public's all over the Braves. The Braves are good. But I think the Marlins win this game at home. If they're going to beat the Braves, they're going to beat them at home. Game 1 off a doubleheader and traveling. I mean, just to me, it's a perfect storm for the Marlins to win this game. And then lastly, we have the Orioles, minus 1.5. You get this at plus 106 versus the Royals. They're playing in Kansas City. The Royals have a major pitching problem. They have a bottom 2 staff in every single metric this year. This Orioles team, by the way, gets on base like crazy. I think they're 5th in OPB. This year. Plus, they hit very well with runners in scoring position. They have a great bullpen when it comes to ERA. They're actually number 5, in the ERA for their bullpen. Their pitcher today is actually pretty solid. The Royals pitcher is a pitcher called Yarbrough. He is terrible. I've watched him a couple times this year. He's been blown up, and this Orioles team is a very, very strong lineup. I see the Orioles win this game by more than 2. Plus, the fact you get them at minus 1.5 and they're on the top half of the inning means that they're no matter what going to get 9 full shots at batting versus you don't really know what happens if you're up by 1 going into the 9th in that spot. So to me, I like the Orioles here, minus 1.5. It's a good value, plus 106 versus the Royals. Now, we might be adding a game or 2, but I feel pretty good about our slate right here. If we do add any more members, you'll have those texted to you. Everybody else, you'll check my Twitter for that. So quick recap what we have today. Our best bet of the day, we have the Twins, minus 1.5 versus the White Sox, we have the plus 100. We have the Diamondbacks money line minus 135, minus 140 versus the Rangers. We have the Marlins money line minus 126, Angels money line plus 110, and we have the Orioles minus 1.5. You get the plus 106 odds versus the Royals. So let's go lock in those picks, y'all. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. I will see you all tomorrow. Make sure y'all check out those other videos.